different parts of milling machine. So two different types of milling machine. We already studied. What is that? One is horizontal milling machine as well as vertical milling machine. So what is the difference between horizontal milling machine as well as vertical milling machine? That you already studied. So first, here in this figure you can see here this is a vertical as well as horizontal milling machine. That is nothing but universal milling machine. You can see, observe here. So this part is nothing but vertical milling machine parts, and this is nothing but horizontal milling machine parts. So that is nothing but the cutter is in horizontal direction. Okay, cutter rotate in horizontal direction. So if the cutter is rotating in vertical direction, then it is called as vertical milling machine. So all of you understood the difference between vertical as well as horizontal milling machine, right? So vertical is nothing but the cutter is rotating in vertical direction. If the cutter is rotating in horizontal direction, then it is called as horizontal milling machine. Okay, so here this is called as overarm. Okay, this is called as overarm. So the function of overarm is to just giving support to the spindle. Okay, spindle as well as right hand side. Okay, so then this is nothing but what? This is a cutter. Okay, this is a cutter. Along with that, this is called as arbor. Arbor is connected to the spindle. Okay, arbor is connected to the spindle. So next, this is spindle. So spindle is connected to motor. Spindle is connected to motor. You can see in the other side. Okay, that motor. So what is the function of motor? So motor function is to convert electrical energy into rotary energy. Rotation energy is nothing but mechanical energy. Because of that rotation, this spindle will rotate. Along with that, cutter is also rotate. Parts of horizontal milling machine as well as vertical milling machine. Okay, so this is horizontal milling machine. I already told the cutter is in horizontal direction, so it is called as horizontal milling machine. So next, so this is called as overarm. Okay, this is called as overarm. Give support to the arbor. Give support to the other end of the arbor. One end is connected to the column and other end it is connected to the arbor. Okay, arbor. So it gives support to the arbor. So this is called as arbor. This is called as arbor, and this is a cutter. So cutter is in rotary motion. Okay, rotating. Okay, continuously rotating with the help of motor. With the help of motor, cutter is continuously rotate, but it is in fixed position. Next, so this is called as column. This is called as column. So inside the column, all gearbox is there. Okay, all gearbox is placed inside the column. Next, so outside the column, motor is there. Okay, so motor is connected to gearbox. With the help of gearbox, then it is connected to spindle. Okay, so current is supplied to the motor. So what happens? Motor function is to convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. Convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. That mechanical energy is nothing but rotation. Okay, rotation of rotation. So that rotation is connected to the gearbox. Gearbox is placed inside the column. Then it is connected to the spindle. Okay. Next we'll see the parts, different parts. So this is called as table. Okay, this is called as table. So what is the function of table? The workpiece is placed above the table with the help of support. Okay, supporting device. Next, so this is called as saddle. Okay, so saddle is always just having slots, T type of slots or H type of slots. So this is saddle. So next, so two types of rotating device you can see here. One is elevating screw. Okay, one is elevating screw. So this is called as knee. Okay, so knee gives support to the all assemblies like a saddle as well as table. Okay, so and also we can move up and down based on the requirement knee with the help of this elevating screw. Okay, by rotating this elevating screw, we can move this entire assembly upward direction as well as downward direction based on the requirement. So this is called as cross feed. Suppose if you want to move the table forward direction as well as backward direction, at that time you can use this cross feed rotating device. Okay, here you can observe two switches. Okay, one is on off switches, second one is you can see the number. Okay, so on off switch is nothing but so on or off the machine. Okay, that purpose this switch is using. Second switch is using for changing the spindle direction. So suppose if you want to rotate the spindle direction in vertical direction, then you just switch to one. So this switch is used to rotate in up milling as well as down milling. So I hope all of you know the difference between up milling as well as down milling. Up milling is nothing but the cutter is rotating in clockwise direction. At that time, it will lift the workpiece upward direction. And down milling is nothing but the cutter is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. At that time, it pushes the workpiece downward direction, so that proper holding device is required for up milling. Okay, so down milling, that much of holding device is not required. Why? Because force is acting downward direction. But in upward direction, up milling, so the cutter is rotating in clockwise direction, so it lifts the workpiece upward direction. So you can change the up milling as well as down milling with the help of this switch. And one more switch you can observe here, that is red color, that is nothing but coolant. So suppose if you want to supply the coolant during the operation, you can on this switch. At that time, coolant will supply to the workpieces. So here you can observe the different motors. So this motor is used to run the spindle. Okay, this motor is used to run the spindle. So then one more motor you can observe here, that is used for coolant. Okay, for coolant this motor is using. This is nothing but feed gearbox. Along with that, so here you can observe the motor for feed mechanism. Next, this is called as gearbox. Okay, this lever is used to set the gears. This lever is used to set the different spindle speed. So whole milling machine works under principle of indexing mechanism. So in here indexing mechanism is using. So that is used to producing gears. So different types of gear we already studied. So that is nothing but spur gear, helical gear, bevel gear and worm gear. These are the different types of gear. So we can produce that different types of gear with the help of this indexing mechanism. So what is that indexing mechanism? Indexing mechanism is nothing but dividing the periphery of the circumference of the circle into equal parts. Dividing the circumference of the circle into equal parts with the help of this indexing mechanism. So what is that? What are the parts of indexing mechanism? So this is nothing but whole circle plate. In that whole circle plate, you can observe the variety of holes. So here you can observe. So starting from 21 or 21 and 29 and 30, 43, 51, like that different types of whole circle you can observe in that plate. Okay, so based on the calculation, I will tell you later. So based on the calculation, this will works. You can perform the operation. Okay, then this is called as crank. So based on the calculation, you just fix the hole in that whole circle plate. Okay, so next, so while rotating, so this entire rotation is connected to here. So this will works based on worm gear. Okay, so worm gear is nothing but so you can reduce the speed or increasing the speed. So this crank, while rotating this crank, so this rotation is connected to worm gear. Okay, so worm gear is placed inside this one. So based on this, so worm gear is connected to this spindle. Okay, based on this rotation, this spindle will be rotating. Okay, based on this crank rotation, this entire spindle will be rotating with the help of worm gear mechanism. Okay, so next, so this is called as spindle. 3-jaw chuck, you can observe here, 3-jaw chuck. So based on a requirement, so if you use the bigger workpiece, then you can use for 4-jaw chuck for proper supporting. Okay, next, this one is footrest. So giving support, if the length of the workpiece is too long, then it will give support to other end of the workpiece. So that is nothing but footrest. And also, during the operation, you can use this mandrel. So what is the function of mandrel? So mandrel is nothing but, so usually in milling machine, you can use this hollow workpiece. Okay, hollow workpiece. In that time, so this mandrel is placed inside the hole and gives support to the workpiece. So next, so you can see here, this is the raw material. Okay, so raw material, this is the final product. For final product, here you can observe the different gear teeth you can produce with the help of this milling machine. So this is nothing but the teeth are parallel to the shaft. So which type of gear? This is nothing but spur gear. The teeth are parallel to the shaft mechanism. Okay. So next, so last one is switches. So this is on switch, this is off switch, and this is for feed mechanism. So while rotating clockwise direction, it is rotating forward direction. If you rotate left, so it is moving in left direction like that. Okay, so this is nothing but feed mechanism. So this is for on and this is for off.